What you are looking at now is the only screen that is necessary for dealership personnel to use. As you see, the column to the far left provides information as to whether work on a vehicle was ordered by the sales or the service department. The next column lists the name of the salesperson or service writer who ordered work on a vehicle. The next column lists the stock number of the vehicle. The next column states the model of the vehicle, such as, for example, a Corolla. Obviously, that would be for a Toyota Corolla. By our having a description of the vehicle, this helps us to locate the vehicle. The next column, entitled Service, states the work that we are to perform on the vehicle. The next column, entitled Due, provides information as to when our work on a vehicle must be complete. The next column, Special Instructions, contains information that sales or service feels that we need to know about a vehicle. Typical examples would be to apply resistol or to correct cigarette odor in a vehicle. Take a look at the sample instructions that are listed next to vehicles in this column. The next column, Status, notes whether the vehicle is being worked on or if work on a vehicle is complete. If nothing is noted in this column, then work on the vehicle has not yet begun. The next column, Cleanup Notes, lists any special information that we provide back to sales or service after we have completed work on a vehicle. For example, that body work is needed on a vehicle, that our staff could not cure a deep scratch on the body of a vehicle. The next column is labeled Time Left. This is a reverse time counter. The time that appears in this column is the amount of hours and minutes that is left until the time that we were instructed that the vehicle must be ready. The time changes every minute. For example, 3 hours 10 seconds, and then a minute later it will read 3 hours 9 seconds, etc. The next column is labeled Overdue. As you can see, there is a red bar that is flashing next to the listing of a vehicle. This red bar appears and flashes if work on a vehicle has not been completed by the time that the detail department was instructed to have work completed on a vehicle. Hopefully this will never occur, but if it does, the flashing red bar alerts us that the vehicle is a priority to complete. The final column is entitled Edit. By clicking on this bar, the sales or service staff member who assigned a vehicle to us can edit information such as the time when work on the vehicle is to be complete. Without such a system, there are several types of problems that all too often occur at dealerships when there has been a miscommunication or a misunderstanding between sales or service and the detail department. It may be miscommunication as to the time when work on a vehicle must be complete, or a problem may arise when either a dealership staff member has forgotten to order work on a vehicle or when the detail department has accidentally forgotten to work on a vehicle. Human error is always possible, but by instructions and information being in writing, such problems cannot occur. When such problems do occur, dealership customers who are kept waiting may be angry, and dealership staff and our department are stressed. Once again, with our system, with instructions being in writing, no such misunderstandings or errors can occur. All information is in writing. If a vehicle is listed on the chart, then we know that we are expected to complete work on the vehicle, and by a certain time. If the vehicle is not listed on the chart, then we do not have a vehicle. Confusion and miscommunication is not possible if the system is in use. Now I will explain and demonstrate how sales and service staff use the system, how they input information about a vehicle. A salesperson or service staff member can pull up the screen on either their phone or on a computer. From that point, they should be able to complete the ordering of work on a vehicle in less than 2 minutes. If you look at the top left of the screen, you will see a bar entitled Add New Vehicle. By clicking on this bar, the words Select Name appears. By clicking here, a drop-down list appears of all salespersons and service writers at the dealership. A salesperson or service writer who places an order for work on a vehicle does not even have to type in their name. They only need to click on their name as it appears on the drop-down. We have made the system as easy to use as is possible. If there are changes in dealership personnel, then upon notification to our system administrator, we will immediately and remotely update the list of names. The salesperson or service writer who is placing an order for work on a vehicle then types in the stock number of a vehicle, the model, and then the color and year of the vehicle. With the exception of any special instructions to us about a vehicle, this is the only time that a salesperson or service writer must type in any information to the system. Below this section appears a bar with the words Select Service, Once again, we make the system as easy as is possible for dealership staff to use. By clicking on the words Select Service, a drop-down appears with an extensive list of various types of work that typically will be ordered to be performed on a vehicle. If you can think of any other categories of work other than are listed here that you would like to be on the screen, we can add those categories to the list. Below the bar entitled Select Service, you can see a bar that contains the abbreviations for month, day, and year, meaning the date when work on the vehicle must be complete. Once again, we have made this as easy as possible for dealership staff to use. If a dealership staff member chooses to do so, they can type in the appropriate date, month, or year when work on a vehicle needs to be complete, or they can simply click on the dark arrow to the right, which will cause a calendar to appear. Then the salesperson or service writer only needs to click on the appropriate date on the calendar for that date to appear on the order form. The next open space is for the time of day when the vehicle must be ready. The arrows to the right allow the user to select first the time of day, and then, using the other arrow, whether the time when work needs to be complete on a vehicle is AM or PM. The final space at the bottom is for the insertion of any special instructions about the vehicle to the detail staff, such as you can see appears on the sample screen under the column Special Instructions. After a salesperson or service writer has completed entry of the information about ordering work on a vehicle, they click on the button that says Submit. Once a salesperson or service writer has placed an order for work on a vehicle on either their cell phone or on a computer, the information will immediately appear in the detail work area, both on a 50-inch monitor that we install on the wall of the detail work area and also on a laptop computer that we provide for the detail work area. At any time, a salesperson or service writer can also view the same screen on their phone or computer, enabling them to see progress of work on a vehicle, whether work has not yet begun, or whether work is in progress on the vehicle, or whether work on the vehicle is complete. Without such a system, usually a salesperson or service writer must make multiple trips back to the detail area to check on the progress of work on a vehicle. This is a waste of time for the dealership staff member. A salesperson may miss a new customer while they have gone back to the detail area. At some dealerships, the detail work area is far from the sales or service area. At some dealerships, the detail department may be in a separate building from where sales and service staff are normally located.